no change.
Did you go to the police station, Victor?
I haven't found a thing.
Nothing?
I noticed the damn maid, but I have no clue as to her whereabouts. I assure you one thing. Whoever did this is not going to go unpunished.
I wonder if she can hear us when we talk to her.
Becky? My darling, we're all here. Victoria's here, Nicholas is here. Your sister Casey is here. Becky? 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 Yes. Yes, my darling. And I'll always be here. I will never leave your side. We'll all always be here.
Hey.
Hi.
Secretary said you might be here.
Yes, I was just leaving a note for my father.
How you doing?
I feel like I'm walking around in a daze. Joshua's dead. Nikki's fighting for her life. It's all very unreal.
And unfortunately, it's very real. Just keep thinking, Ash, if I'd been there that night, maybe none of this would have happened.
Maybe you would have been hurt or worse. Oh, God, poor Victor. I'm so tempted to call him, but I don't want to bother him.
No, you're not going to be bothering him. I'm sure he'd like to hear from you.
You think so?
I know so.
Hello, counselor.
John, hi. Thanks for coming by.
Sure. Sounded important over the phone.
I need to ask you a question.
Shoot.
Do you believe people can ever really change?
Well, our whole world is constantly changing. I don't think there's any reason to assume that we would be exempt. Why?
I'm just thinking about someone.
Anyone in particular?
Michael Baldwin. He came to see me earlier.
What for?
To plead his case. John, he desperately wants his law license back, and he gave me a very impassioned speech why I should help him.
Are you considering that?
No. I don't know. I can't get it off my mind. Can a man like Michael Baldwin ever really be rehabilitated, or will he always be a threat to society? Relax, Michael. You're gonna put a hole.
So my whole career's on the line.
Waiting for Christine to call?
I pleaded with her to help get my law license back. Now I wonder if she even heard a word I said.
You know, why don't you go see another attorney? I'm sure you can find someone to help.
Now, you don't get it. The one person who can make or break my career is the same woman who had me disbarred in the first place. If only Christine would speak out on my behalf, it would make a world of difference. But how am I going to make that happen?
we found a link in your organization and don't foresee the possibility of any more breaches of security. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Usual close. Best regards, Paul Williams. Did you get that, Lynn? Lynn? Have you heard a word I've said?
I'm sorry, Paul. I'm having trouble focusing today.
Oh, what's the matter? Late date last night?
No, Paul. No date.
Then what is it? What's going on?
You screwed up, Paul, big time.
What?
The way you've treated your wife? How could you be so foolish?
I appreciate you being here, but I do not need a babysitter.
You do not need to be alone either.
I will be fine.
I know you will. I know. I'm still not leaving.
You've been such a wonderful friend.
A friend, huh? Funny, I don't think you'd have called me that when you first got back to town.
I was a little gun-shy.
I think you were convinced that I was still the same old Jack Abbott. Took everything I had to convince you I'd changed.
I'm glad you did.
So am I.
Oh, thanks for helping take my mind off of what's going on at that hospital. The waiting's almost unbearable.
Honey, something's going on with you. I know you're trying to hide it, but what is it?
Okay. There's nothing to do but ask. I heard you earlier, talking to your sister. I need to know what you meant. What is it? You feel I'm better off not knowing?
Honey, come on. It was just a figure of speech.
Not for you. For you, Drusilla, it's a way of life. You're keeping something from me, and I want to know what it is.
Nikki Lander's room?
This is Ashley Abbott. Is Victor Newman there, please?
Yes, one moment, please.
Mr. Newman?
Mr. Newman, it's for you, Ashley Abbott.
I'll be right back. Yes, Ashley.
Victor, I've been so reluctant to call. I didn't want to bother you or your family, but I just couldn't wait anymore. How is Nikki?
It's nice of you to call. She's very critical. I don't know how she made it this long.
I'm sorry. You know you're in my prayers, you and Nikki and the children. If there's anything I can do.
I appreciate you calling, darling. Okay? To be honest with you, there's not much any of us can do. And the doctors do not hold out much hope.
Just know that I'm thinking about you.
Thank you.
What did he say?
It doesn't look good. Cole, something's been on my mind, and I suspect it's been on yours too. Victoria. I wonder if you shouldn't be with her right now.
Noah and Cassie are still asleep.
I'm not surprised. There've been a lot of changes in their lives lately.
You think I should go back home?
You can't hide from your husband indefinitely.
I'm not hiding. I'm looking out for my children's best interests. Now is not the time to go back to the ranch and lay all this on Nicholas. He's upset with me enough as it is.
Because you're hiding something from him, and he knows it.
It's not that simple.
I never said it is, but you've got to tell him.
And watch my marriage get blown out of the water? Because that's what will happen, Mother, if Nicholas finds out the truth about Cassie now. I'm so afraid I'll lose my husband.
I thought I knew you, Paul. The kind of man you really are. Now I have to wonder.
Lynn, wait a minute. You better tell me what you're talking about.
Your wife asking Chris to move out? What were you thinking?
She happens to be in love with another man.
She's very confused right now. And what do?
Yeah, she's confused.
You throw her out of your life.
She has a decision to make, Lynn.
No, Paul. You made the decision for her. Look, Chris had the courage to come to you, to be open and honest. She could have kept it to herself. She could have let it fester and then walked away from your marriage, but Chris isn't like that. No, she gave you an opportunity to fight for everything you two share. But you lost your cool. You had her pack her bags and leave. God, Paul, how could you do it? How could you make such a foolish mistake?
And what was I supposed to do?
Stand by your wife. Prove to her you still care, because I know you care, Paul. God, you'll always care. That's why you're in such a lousy mood. Because you're wrong and you know it.
Are you through?
You can fire me if you want, but I had to tell you how I feel. Because right now, I think I know you better than you know yourself.
Okay. How's Baldwin doing since he's been out on parole?
He's a model citizen. He hasn't caused a single problem.
Then again, what opportunity has he had to get into trouble? Michael Baldwin is a very smart man, and he knows the system. He's not about to do something that would jeopardize his future.
That's why I keep wondering, is this for real? Has he changed, or is it just an act because he wants his license back?
I gotta tell you, I'm surprised you're even debating this.
John, you haven't seen him. I have. Oh, my God, is it possible that he has changed?
Don't you dare play games with me, Drusilla. I want to know what you and your sister were talking about, and damn it, I want to know about it right now.
All right, I'll tell you. It was an opportunity that was presented to me.
What kind of opportunity?
Well, to do some modeling.
No, not this again.
Neil, it is a great opportunity. It'll be a big step in my career.
So what are we talking about here? Top fashion capitals of the world, international exposure. No wonder you felt like you had to keep it from me. What were you gonna do, Drew? Were you gonna just disappear? You make up some kind of story about where you were? That's exactly what you were gonna do, isn't it?
This is a nightmare. Joshua shot and killed. Nikki struggling for her life. Why in God's name does this happen?
I keep asking myself the same thing.
What could possibly have motivated that woman, Sarah, to do this?
No one knows.
This will help us. Victor over at the hospital. What he's going through. I am his wife. I should be with him.
No, listen to me. You are with him, in spirit, and he realizes that.
And I think about Nicholas and Victoria. If something happens, they lose their mother.
Listen, no, we can't do that. You and I have to keep faith. It is the only thing we can do for Nikki and her family.
I just pray that
The phone will ring, and Victor will tell me that everything's all right.
You don't sound too optimistic.
I'm not.
So you've been thinking about Victoria.
You know she's suffering, Cole. She needs you.
You're really something, Ash.
I'll admit Victoria's not my favorite person right now, but these are very trying circumstances.
Well, I won't deny I've been thinking about it ever since I heard of Nikki's shooting.
She has her family. But having you there would mean a great deal to her.
This whole damn thing just blows me away.
I know.
Sarah being the prime suspect? I can't believe it.
I didn't know the woman.
Ash, I'm telling you, I never met a more submissive, unassuming woman in my life. And to think that she's capable of taking a gun and murdering Joshua and almost killing Nikki? I mean, what could have happened? What could have possibly motivated her to do something like this?
Maybe she just snapped.
Well, but why? To shoot two people in cold blood? Something had to trigger it.
Or you think this was premeditated?
I don't know what to think. I'm telling you, this whole thing's just bizarre to me. I know one thing for sure, though. There's a hell of a lot more to this Sarah than any of us ever knew.
So you're still alive, Nikki. For how much longer?
Genoa City Memorial Hospital.
Nikki Lander's room.
One moment, please. Nikki Lander's room?
Is this the nurse?
Yes. Can I help you?
I'm trying to get word about Mrs. Lander's condition.
Are you family?
I'm a very close friend.
I'm sorry. I can only about that information to immediate family.
Look, I'm not asking to speak with her. I just want to know if she's gonna make it.
And I told you, I can only release details of Mrs. Lander's condition to immediate family.
What's going on?
Someone claiming to be a friend of Mrs. Lander's wants to know her condition.
Who's this?
With whom am I speaking?
This is Victor Newman. Who are you?
I'm a volunteer that works with Mrs. Landers at the women's shelter. I was just trying to find out how she is. I'm very concerned.
Well, the doctors don't hold out a lot of hope. It's very critical. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. You only got what you deserved, Nikki. For stealing my Joshua away from me. It's all your own fault.
No, Michael, I don't get it. If Christine doesn't call, why don't you find another lawyer to represent you?
I don't need representation. What I need is someone to speak for me. Someone to convince the bar that I deserve a second chance.
And you think Christine is going to do that?
She's my only hope. Without her help, I am dead in the water.
And with her help?
It's not a given, but it certainly would make one hell of a difference. Oh, man, I screwed up. I made the biggest mistake of my life.
Trusting Christine, you mean?
No. Attacking her. I think back to those days. I was a different person. Oh, self-centered, arrogant, out of control. Sexual deviant.
known you back then.
No, you don't. Look, this isn't fun and games. I'm serious, Phyllis.
Way too serious, Michael. Now, why don't I help you lighten things up a little bit, huh?
Can't you see? My mind is on more important things.
You're kidding yourself, Michael. Christine is never going to help you. She'll hate you till the day you die. And if you think otherwise, then you don't really know her.
Oh, my God. Ah, diamonds. They're real diamonds. Oh.
Now, have I forgotten anything to get you off to a good new year?
Yes. Yes, you have.
Well, you're just going to have to wait till your birthday. When, by the way, is your birthday?
It's not until May, and I don't want to wait that long for what I want.
Well, aren't you turning into a greedy little girl?
But you asked me what else I wanted.
All right. I take my life and my pocketbook in my hand, and I tell you that whatever it is, you shall have.
I want you to kiss me.
No, don't ask me that. You don't really...
I want you to kiss me. Victor, the coat and the bracelet, they're fabulous, but I want you to show me your real feelings.
I mean, isn't that what I've been doing?
No, you've been giving me things, and I want you.
And a kiss would be more assuring than just things.
Yes. Just one kiss. And if you don't kiss me, I'm not going to keep anything that you've given me.
Well, you drive a hard bargain, don't you?
Am I that unattractive?
You're adorable. And you test a man's patience to the limit. All right.
Put your arms around me first.
This is not going to prove anything, you know.
Just put your arms around me.
Now, remember, this was your idea.
You dirty stinker.
I beg your pardon?
You can kiss like that, and you've been holding out on me.
Basically, this is very shy.
Well, we're just going to have to work on that, aren't we?
Oh, wait a minute. You just said that one kiss was enough. I mean...
Well, yes. One kiss for the coat and one for the bracelet.
I bet you get an A in addition.
Oh, Victor, all the gifts in the world aren't worth anything unless they're given with a little love.
Except with you, I have to wonder if a little love is enough.
Well, let's not count anymore tonight. Happy New Year, Victor.
Happy New Year.
What were you going to do, Drusilla? How were you going to take this big international modeling gig? Or were you going to tell me at all?
I don't know.
I do. There was no way you were going to tell me. You were planning on keeping Neil in the dark as long as possible.
Maybe you're right. I probably wouldn't have said a word.
Thank you.
What?
For at least this once, being honest with me.
You know, you've got to understand, I haven't even accepted the job.
Yeah, but you want to. You want it so bad you can taste it. Nothing's gonna stop you. Not even the promises you've made to our daughter and me. It's like a drug. You're gonna have this modeling career. Whatever it takes.
You and I differ on one very important point, Phyllis. Christine is going to help me practice law again.
Oh, you want to know something, Michael? For such a brilliant man, you can be so stupid. She hates your guts. And that will never change.
How can you be so certain?
Well, Christine might never admit to this, but she and I are very similar. We can't just forgive and forget. So if you're waiting for her to help you rescue your law career...
No, you don't understand. Being an attorney is not just a job. It's my life. I need the law. I need to be in front of a jury stating my case, doing what I do best. It's all I know. It is how I define myself as a person. No. I am going to practice law again. And Christine Williams is going to help me make that happen.
You're one in a million, Chris. Baldwin made your life a living hell, and now you're trying to help him get his life back.
Isn't that what our judicial system's all about? A man pays his debt to society, and then if things work out the way they should, he should get help for his problems and be rehabilitated.
And that means giving Baldwin the benefit of the doubt.
Or at least the opportunity to prove that he's not the animal who attacked me all those years ago. I know. I can't believe I am saying this either. But if he has changed, John, if he has turned his life around... God, if. You know, that's just it, if. How can I be sure? How can I find out if he's changed?
Sharon, it's time to go to Nicholas and tell him about Cassie. Oh, hon, I know you're frightened, but don't you see? There will never be a right time to tell him.
Maybe not. But one thing I know is now is not the time to tell him. You have no idea what he's been going through. He's all stressed out, trying to get his career established at Newman Enterprises to build a reputation for himself. That's where his priorities are, Mom. And frankly, he's really not that thrilled with me at the moment.
What are you saying, Sharon?
I thank God every day I have my daughter with me. But there is a price. Cassie is a major complication in my marriage. Now, I accept that. But that's why I have to wait for the right opportunity to spring this on Nicholas.
Hello.
Doris, it's Lorraine. I just wanted to tell you how sorry I am.
Sorry.
Your tragedy.
I don't understand.
Surely you must know about Mrs. Landers. She's at Memorial. She's been shot. Her husband, the doctor, he's been killed. It happened in their home.
Dear Lord.
Sharon, she didn't tell you?
She's been staying with me. She doesn't know.
Know what? Mother, what's happened? What's going on?
I have to go, Lorraine.
Mom, what was all that about?
Nicky's been shot.
Shot?
Hi, sweetheart. My boy.
You okay, Dad?
I just realized I've been sitting here for hours on end. And there's nothing I can do to help your mother.
She knows that we're here. She can tell. I can feel it.
I certainly hope so, my boy.
I just wish I could tell her how much I love her. And thank her for everything she's done for me.
She knows. I don't want to let go either. It's just too soon. I keep remembering when I was a little girl and we were all a family. I just keep thinking that if you guys had just stayed married, this would never have happened. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I just don't.
It's all right, my darling. Yes, it is true. Now, I want you both to watch over your mother. Because there's something I have to do.
Did you see the look in Dad's eyes?
Yeah. What do you think's going on with him?
But what could be so important to pull him away from Mom?
Nicky has been shot?
Dr. Landers is dead.
No. How? Where did this happen?
At the ranch.
Nicholas. I have to be with Nicholas.
His mother's at Memorial.
Mom, would you mind watching?
Don't worry. Go. Go be with your husband.
I don't believe this. How could something like this happen? How could it happen? Oh.
Sorry, Jack. But you heard what the doctor said. He's lucky to be alive.
You're expecting bad news, then?
Just being realistic. Hello?
Hi, it's me.
Any news?
No, unfortunately not. No change. I just want to let you know that I'm on the way home, okay?
Is there anything I can do? Anything at all?
Perhaps there is. But let's discuss that when I get there.
I'll be waiting.
Victor?
He's on his way.
Any word on Nicky?
There hasn't been any change. But he said that maybe there's something I can do to help. I hope so. I hope so.
Do I dare ask you this question, Diane? Do I dare ask?
Neil, why do you have to be so hard on me? What matters most in a marriage is love, and we have plenty of that.
You're right, Tro. I can't imagine loving any woman as much as I love you. But you see, for me, love can't survive without trust. How many times have you hidden things from me? How many times have you flat out lied to my face? You know, there are always going to be surprises with you, Drew. Because the way you see it, a promise is only good as long as it's convenient.
Neil, but I love you and I love Lily. And just because I have a successful career doesn't make me a terrible person. Why do I have to give that up?
You don't. And I have no right to ask that of you. But baby, I can't live like that. I have tried. And I can't do that. You know, Drusilla, there's hundreds, thousands of women who are very involved with their families, who have careers. But your career's different. I mean, if I thought for a second that you'd be happy working here in Genoa City or even in this state, that would be different. But that's not what you want. You know it and I know it. Baby, you want the spotlight. You want the fame, the glitz and the glamour. You want it so bad, it's killing you. Priscilla, if I try to keep you tied down here, you'd never be happy. I don't want to do that to you. It hurts to even say this.
You don't think we're gonna make it?
You'll never be content living in this town, being a wife and a mother. You want and you need so much more for yourself. You're the most beautiful, talented woman I know. Baby, I'm just not the right man for you. And it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Realizing that, baby.
Maybe it's all true. But my heart is breaking right now.